super friends, and welcome to DC TV Talk, and in today's episode we will be discussing the upcoming Arrowverse crossover, and more specifically, the villain who is going to be bringing together our heroes one more time. So let's discuss. Now, little is known about the upcoming Arrowverse crossover. We know that Batwoman is going to be a part of it, we know that Gotham City is going to play a role, and we also know that the Legends of Tomorrow are not going to be participating in this year's crossover. But other than that, we really don't know much about what this crossover is going to be doing, what its story is, and what the villain is going to be. However, we have recently got a casting description and a casting announcement as to who is going to be playing a new villain, and more likely the big bad of the entire crossover. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Jeremy Davies, who you may know from Lost, has signed on to play a character named John Deegan, who is being described as a doctor at Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane in Gotham City, who might just be crazier than the inmates he treats. So, this confirms that we are getting a new character named John Deegan, who is a doctor at Arkham Asylum. So we have officially got Arkham name drops here, which is very, very exciting for the Arrowverse. You know, we're getting more and more Bat references every single week, it seems. And now we've got Arkham Asylum. And it does also confirm that obviously this villain is going to be from Gotham. Obviously, if he's from Arkham, he's going to be from Gotham. So that has, again, name-dropped Gotham quite significantly. And he's going to be potentially crazier than the inmate he treats, which sounds like a pretty fun character. The description then goes on to say that his machinations will draw Green Arrow, The Flash, and Supergirl to Gotham City. Now, this is basically saying that at least the entire crossover, or at least a large portion of the crossover, is going to take place in Gotham City, which is obviously what we all want to see. If this crossover is introducing us to Gotham, to the Bat family, to Batwoman, we want this crossover to take place in Gotham. We want to get a good feel for what Gotham is like in the Arrowverse before we get our own spin-off show with Batwoman to fully introduce us to that world. We do want a decent taster as to what this world is going to be like. And given what we have here, I'm taking that as Gotham is a huge part of this crossover. Now, in regards to the actor they have gotten to play John Deegan, we have Jeremy Davies, who like I say is from Lost, and he's also from other stuff. Like he was in Saving Private Ryan, he was also in Amazon's American Gods, and he is a very talented actor, very, very fun, and it seems like he's going to be able to really take to this character in a really fun way. Like I said, this is a Arkham Asylum doctor who is potentially even more insane than the criminally insane who are in Arkham Asylum with him. And just based on look alone, I can see this guy being like this really mental doctor type of character, you know? I think it's really fun the fact that he is going to be playing this doctor, but not only is he playing a doctor in Arkham Asylum, he could be playing a doctor in another way. What do I mean? Well, if you know the comics, you may familiarise yourself with the name John Deegan, and that's because it sounds very similar to the character known as John Dee, who is a character from DC Comics who you may know better as Dr. Destiny. Now, Dr. Destiny was originally introduced as a Justice League villain who had the power to manipulate dreams, but he is arguably better known for his appearances in some of the more controversial issues of Neil Gaiman's Sandman appearances. But he is a very interesting, very different type of villain, a very different type of threat that we are going to see in the Arrowverse, and we're going to have to see all of our heroes take on. And it's definitely going to be fun to see characters like Supergirl, The Flash, and especially Green Arrow take on this type of threat, because again, it's not necessarily a big physical threat, at least not what we can see, but he's more of a psychological threat, and that's a lot more fun to play with in terms of this crossover. It makes it a little bit different, considering how when you look at Crisis on Earth X, that crossover was just a big battle. This could be something a little bit different, and given that they are trying to scale down this crossover, this makes a lot of sense to do something a bit more smaller in scale as far as the villain goes. And like I said, this is potentially going to be Dr. Destiny, who is going to be playing the big bad, just based on name alone. And, you know, how they're going to change this character and how they're going to, you know, make him better for the small screen and how they're going to make him work for the Arrowverse is yet to be seen, but he is going to be an interesting threat for Supergirl, for the Flash, and for Green Arrow, and for every other hero who's going to be in this crossover, including Superman, who's going to be a part of this as well. It's a very interesting casting, it's a very interesting villain choice, but I'm definitely excited to see where this goes. Also, I find it very interesting, this is obviously what's going to launch Batwoman as well. Obviously, this crossover is being used as essentially a backdoor pilot to launch the Batwoman TV series, which is coming out from Greg Berlanti, also within the Arrowverse, starring Ruby Rose. I think it's very interesting that they are kind of choosing this villain, but again, it creates a big home quarter advantage because this crossover is most likely, for the most part, going to take place inside of Gotham City, and we are getting Arkham Asylum there. So, you know, will we see Arkham? I assume we will. I hope we do, because again, I really want to see Arkham, and hopefully we can explore Arkham a little bit more in the Batwoman show as it goes on. And again, the fact we're going to get Dr. Destiny, who was actually rumoured to come to the Flash a couple months ago, but it looks like maybe that rumour may have been for this more likely. But it's very exciting to get a character like John D, or John Deegan, or Dr. Destiny in this crossover and in the Arrowverse. It's very cool. So what do you guys think about this casting? Make sure you tell me all your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Are you happy about this? Do you want to see Dr. Destiny come to the Arrowverse, or would you have preferred something different? Like, I know a lot of people were begging for the Court of Owls to be the villain for the crossover, but I think they had to make something a bit more interesting and a bit different to make this feel fresh and unique in comparison to, you know, Invasion and Crisis on Earth X. They want this to feel different, and I feel like doing a psychological threat like this is something fresh and different that we haven't seen before. But make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like, it'll help me out a lot, and share this video with anyone and everyone you know who loves DC TV and get them to join the community. And as always guys, please subscribe for all of your latest content on Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow and Black Lightning. And with all that said guys, I hope to see you again in my next video.